Addressing journalists on the recent court judgment involving the People's Democratic Party (PDP), a member of the party's Board of Trustees, Chief Olabode George, called on the National Judicial Council (NJC) to safeguard the independence and integrity of Nigeria's judiciary. Making the call in an open letter addressed to the council, George expresses concern over a recent court judgment involving PDP, arguing that it raises questions about public confidence in the administration of justice. He said the suit sought to compel the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to comply with subsisting judgments of the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, and Federal High Court by updating the records to reflect the party's leadership recognized by the courts.
The matter before the court was far from frivolous. That's what he described it. It arose from an action instituted by the chairman and members of the Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party. The action sought to compel the Independent National Electoral Commission to comply with and give effect to subsisting judgments of the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, and the Federal High Court by updating its official portal to reflect the authentic faction of the People's Democratic Party and led by Kabiru Kanimu Turaki, SAN, recognized by judgments rather than continuing to recognize the UK-led faction.
BODE George also faulted the court's decision to dismiss the suit and award 140 million naira in costs against the PDP Board of Trustees, as well as an additional 10 million naira against its council, insisting that the issues raised deserved judicial consideration.
Instead of first determining the substantive constitutional questions before it, including whether INEC was under a legal obligation to comply with those subsisting judgments and amend its official records accordingly, the court dismissed the action as a waste of judicial time. Waste of judicial time. And proceeded to award cost of 140 million naira against the Board of Trustees and a further 10 million against the council.
The PDP chieftain maintained that judgments of superior courts remain binding on all authorities until set aside by a competent court, stressing that no institution has the legal authority to ignore valid court orders. He urges the National Judicial Council to uphold judicial ethics, independence, and accountability, warning that any perception of political interference in the judiciary could undermine the rule of law and Nigeria's constitutional democracy.
I therefore respectfully call upon the National Judicial Council to discharge its constitutional mandate with courage, impartiality, and firmness expected of the guardian of judicial ethics and accountability. In doing so, the Council will not only preserve the honor of the bench, but also reaffirm the confidence of the Nigerian people that justice in our country remains blind to political pressure and faithful only to the Constitution and the rule of law.
The PDP chieftain insists that the rule of law remains the bedrock of Nigeria's constitutional democracy. Adenike Ajiboye, Superscreen News.